topics that I picked for my final exam in STS subject. For my first topic is the biodiversity and a healthy society. So first, let us understand what is a biodiversity and a healthy society. So biodiversity contributes to individual and social needs such as food and nutrition security, energy, drug discovery, and fresh water, all of which contribute to good health. It also promotes economic opportunities and recreational activities that are beneficial to overall health. Let us answer the question. Identify the importance of biodiversity as a source of a different biological resources. We have 5 different biological resources. That's economic, ecological life support, recreation, cultural, and scientific.
Economic. Humans rely on biodiversity for raw resources, for use and industry. Biodiversity is essential to many livelihoods, including that of farmers, fishermen, and forest workers. Ecological life support. Biodiversity support ecosystems that offer oxygen, clean air and water, plant pollination, pest control, wastewater treatment, and a variety of other ecosystem services. Recreation. Many recreational activities including as bird watching, hiking, camping, and fishing rely on our unique biodiversity. Biodiversity is also important to our tourism economy. Cultural. Through the expression of identity, spirituality, and aesthetic appreciation, culture is inextricably linked to biodiversity. Spiritual belief about animals and plants create profound links and responsibility to biodiversity. Scientific. Biodiversity is a collection of systemic ecological data that aids our understanding of the natural world and its origin.
Here are the adverse effects: overpopulation, global warming, overconsumption and waste, and loss of biodiversity.
Overpopulation. Overpopulation occurs when the human population grows to a level that exceeds the ecological setting's carrying capacity. People may outnumber available vital supplies for survival in an overcrowded environment, such as transportation, water, housing, food, or social facilities. Global warming. The greenhouse effect causes a gradual increase in the general temperature of the Earth's atmosphere, resulting in global warming. Increased amounts of carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbons, and other chemicals in the air, many of which are created by human activities, cause this effect. Overconsumption and waste. Overconsumption has a primary consequence of reducing the planet's carrying capacity. Excessive, unsustainable consumption will surpass the environment's long-term carrying capacity, resulting in resource depletion, environmental degradation, and decreased ecosystem health. Loss of biodiversity. Biodiversity loss is defined as the loss of life on Earth at many levels, ranging from genetic diversity declines to ecosystem collapse. Biodiversity supports ecosystem services, which are the backbone of global.
And here are the solutions to mitigate them.
First is to educate the people, orientation on family planning, and the usage of contraceptives. Second, mitigating climate change, essential lowering greenhouse gas emission that contribute to global warming. Retrofitting buildings to make them more energy efficient, adapting renewable energy source such as solar, wind, and small hydro. assisting cities in developing more sustainable modes of transportation such as bus rapid transit, electric vehicles, and biofuels, and promoting more sustainable land and forest uses are all examples of mitigating strategies.
For my second topic is information. The idea that access to and the control of information is defining the characteristic of the current era in human civilization. Determine the impact of the information age to society.
Many new technologies and innovations emerge because of the information age. Texting, email, and social media were among the first communication services to emerge, and the world has never been the same since. People are more likely to acquire new languages, and many publication has been translated into several languages, allowing people all around the world to become better educated. However, the information age is not without its drawbacks. There are some who feel that they can live their entire lives on the internet. In addition, large criminal groups rely on hacking into government systems to gather sensitive information to maintain their existence. Jobs have also become more accessible, and some can even be completed from the convenience of your own home. The age of entrepreneurship is another name for the information age. Entrepreneurs may now start and run businesses more easily than ever before. It also influences our work ethics because it distracts us and causes us to lose interest in the task at hand. This period has also resulted in a labor shortage, with many jobs becoming obsolete as computers take over tasks previously performed by people.
Analyze the ways in which the information age and the social media influence human lives.
Every day, billions of people use social media through the world, and the number continues to rise. In fact, by 2018, 2.44 billion individuals will be using social media, up to 970,000 in 2010. We utilize it in every aspect of our life, including personal relationships, entertainment, employment, and education. To put it in perspective, we collectively send over 30 million Facebook messages and about 350,000 tweets every minute. Our rising adoration for social media is transforming not only the way we interact, but also the way we do business, govern ourselves, and exist in society. Since the introduction of the internet into our daily lives, we've seen an increase in social technologies. Essentially, and any device that foster contact, the way we engage with one another has entirely changed because of the multiplicity of social networking websites and automated services available to us and accessible through a single pocket device. What impact has it had on humans as social beings and human lives? Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. All of these platforms have one thing in common. They allow people to communicate and share their experiences through boundaries and time limitations. Because everything is online, you can simply greet your friends from various countries on their birthday or any other social occasions without worrying about missing anything. All of this has intriguing consequences. For example, we are spending more and more time online. Evidence suggests, however, that we still value human interaction. We can deduce that people we want everything to available online, but they also want someone on the other end of the line. As a result, digital media should be viewed as a tool for facilitating communication rather than fully replacing it. The World Economic Forum just released a report that offers fascinating insights into how individuals throughout the world use social media and how it has influenced our lives. The findings revealed that the impact of the technology on social contacts varies by country. People in underdeveloped countries, on average, perceive the effect of social technology better than people in rich economies. People agreed that social media helps them retain relationship with their friends regardless of where they live.
For my third and last topic is a GMOs, or the genetically modified organism, and gene therapy. So first, let us understand what is a GMO. GMO, or the genetically modified organism, those engineered to introduce a new trait into the species. And for the gene therapy seeks to alter genes to correct genetic defects and thus prevent or cure genetic diseases. Genetic engineering aims to modify the genes to enhance the capabilities of the organisms beyond what is normal. Identify the uses and effect of GMOs and gene therapy on society, particularly in the context of health and economy.
The uses and effect of GMOs in economy. GM crop could impact food availability by providing seeds which are resistant to adverse climate conditions, influence food access by increasing farmers' incomes, and under the same food utilization conditions. Biofortified crops could increase the nutritional status of a household worldwide. In health, the possible benefits of genetic engineering include more nutritious food, tastier food, disease and drought-resistant plant that requires fewer environmental resources such as water and fertilizer. The uses and effects of gene therapy on society. In health, gene therapy replaces a faulty gene or adds a new gene to cure disease or improve your body's ability to fight disease. Gene therapy holds promise for treating a wide range of diseases such as cancer, cystic fibrosis, heart disease, diabetes, hemophilia, and AIDS. In economy, the expected peak amount spending on these therapies is $25.3 billion, and the expected total spending from January 2020 to December 2034 is $306 billion, assuming a linear pace of future gene therapy development fitted to past experience. Our spending estimate increases by only 15.7% under conservative assumption.
Discuss the moral and bioethical question concerning genetic engineering.
Because gene therapy involves making changes to the body basic building blocks, or DNA, it raises many unique ethical concerns. The ethical questions surrounding gene therapy and genome editing includes how can good and bad uses of this technology be distinguished? Who decides which traits are normal and which constitute is disability or disorder? Will the high cost of gene therapy make it available only on the wealthy? Could be widespread use of gene therapy make society less accepting of people who are indifferent? Should people be allowed to use gene therapy to enhance basic human traits such as height, intelligence, and athletic ability? Advancement in science and technology have enabled the possibility of human genetic cloning and engineering. In contemporary society, these biological technologies are controversial. Many governmental, scientific, and religious organizations are fervently opposing genetic engineering due to controversy in the context of safety and moral outcomes. Nevertheless, advocates and supporters argue that these technologies are fundamentals to proving remedies via regenerative medicine through genetically identified human cells, organs, or tissues. Genetic engineering certainly has its dilemmas, but it also has a moral and ethical value in contemporary society. Therefore, a new branch of ethics is born: bioethics. Bioethics refers to the applications of medical and biological sciences in appropriate, humane, and responsible ways. Supporters see genetic engineering and cloning as a viable ways to duplicate organs and tissues for patients who otherwise would not be able to find transplant and could escape lifetimes of medication with undesirable side effects. Yet, some are concerned that if done incorrectly, genetic engineering could introduce new disorders that would subsequently circulate in the population and thus become a permanent aspect of the world population.